rescue. You want to press people, you're no book. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody, the meaning of rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you're a poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue, the meaning of rescue. That you can't help me while eating
that's
water.
the same thing.
But you can't tell you the water. He can't pour one naked the water back to kill on money. You know they getting people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Joseph Baka. Where will be our result next year? We wouldn't in 1 year. Where will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Mane.
Patience Mane. You selling the market here?
Yes.
Are you selling the here?
Yes.
But I'm saying anything that you feeling
no market. Can't get some. I go look for an season.
You go look for the market, you see some?
I see food because the food price, the way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry to the cold storage.
You put it back on my. Very rich.
How much for the fish?
You buy snapper 14,000. What is to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say he came to rescue us. But the rescue that he's doing now, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. While they cause a motor runner running, they want not doing they want. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want be able to scare our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of all we not got more from the South God. And that basically we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we're not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
Rampant now, more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zoom.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zoom and they bring in drugs back up again. Because we are trying to sell our Kush. But now Zoom. When he said I see that we are so stinking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parent of our boys children. We ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zoom. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back. Hata. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should wear stuff. They should become over there, walk over that, everything they do. But what police people are king? Like just one thing, we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't let on Napa, tell him, sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So we should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God a great for
You don't let that God take you for. But money ain't in the country now. In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there,
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, we want you to kindly do us a favor. And that favor that we want you to do for us is to kindly hit for us the share button. So hit us the share button. Let's get ready as we bring you what we are supposed to bring you.
Siafa Boyman, Robert Blamo Jr., and Bobby Banquet, who were victimized during the process, when in the Kino were capsized on the St. Paul River on October 17, 2020, it was established that Siafa Boyman got drowned. His body was discovered. His body was identified by eyewitnesses based upon the clothes that he was wearing. But the other two bodies, in person of Robert Blamo Jr. and Bobo Boakai, we did not find them, or we have not discovered, or who knew the whereabouts of the present. So, in accordance with Chapter 25 and Subchapter 25.3 of the Civil Procedure Law of the Republic of Liberia, with caption investigation conclusion, it was natural disaster. So I rest for now.
Thank you. So that is it for now with the missing boys. As the investigator rightfully said, one person has been identified, and the body that was retrieved was carefully analyzed. There were no body parts seen to be missing, which would have indicated some ritualistic activities around it. The corpse was intact. The shoes were still on the feet. The clothes were still on the body that was recovered, and that matched with the eyewitnesses who were on the scene from both ends of the river where he left his motorbike and boarded the canoe. So when the body was recovered, they were able to identify that yes, this was one of the people who did get on the canoe. So one person has been declared dead, and two persons missing in accordance with the law until we reach a period of 7 years. If we do not find or hear from them, then at that point in time, then they can be declared dead. But for now, the other two are declared missing, and there's no criminality established so far in this case. The court case unit is also looking at
Siafa Boima, Robert Blamo Jr., and Bobby Bentwood, who were victimized during the process, when the canoe were capsized on the St. Paul River on October 17, 2020. It was established that Siafa Boima got drowned. The body was discovered. The body was identified by eyewitnesses based upon the clothes that he was wearing. But the other two bodies, in person of Robert Blamo Jr. and Barbara Boakai, we did not find them, or we have not discovered, or don't know the whereabouts of the person. So, in accordance with Chapter 25 and Subchapter 25.3 of the Civil Procedure Law of the Republic of Liberia, with caption, from our investigation conclusion, it was natural disaster. So I rest for now.
Thank you. So that is it for now with the missing boys. As the investigator rightfully said, one person has been identified, and the body that was retrieved was carefully analyzed. There were no body parts seen to be missing, which would have indicated some ritualistic activities around it. The corpse was intact. The shoes were still on the feet. The clothes were still on the body that was recovered, and that matched with the eyewitnesses who were on the scene from both ends of the river where he left his motorbike and boarded the canoe. So when the body was recovered, they were able to identify that yes, this was one of the people who did get on the canoe. So one person has been declared dead, and two persons missing in accordance with the law until we reach a period of 7 years. If we do not find or hear from them, then at that point in time, then they can be declared dead. But for now, the other two are declared missing, and there's no criminality established so far in this case. The court case unit is also looking at
All right, so fellow Liberians home and abroad, kindly hit for us the share button while we bring you what we are supposed to bring you today. We are also sharing, so we will appeal to you to please do us a favor, and that favor is to hit for us the share button, please. Share with friends, share with family members, and let's get ready
Famous enough
as
is
we bring
enough
you what we are
protest
supposed to
appears to
bring
be
you.
steaming up. while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough!" They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, we did it too is the government news slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pakala, Councillor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus, but July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the International Media Room and across Africa for more update.
Again, kindly hit for us the share button, share with friends, share with family members as we get ready to bring you what we are supposed to bring you. Share with friends and share with family members, and let's have a wonderful time. So we are also
right here at
sharing.
TAS Electronic located on the airfield, right at the airport junction. Here you get quality electronics product from radio and charger. I mean, you can name it. But let's go. Let me show you what we get today. Welcome to TAS Electronics. Here you get durable and affordable electronics product. I mean durable and affordable electronic products. Now, I tell you, what you see here, you can find in other electronic stores. All right, these are high quality electronics product we have right here at TAS Electronics. Remember, the location is at the LF, right at the airport junction. All right, there's a car wash right adjacent the car wash. That's where you have TAS Electronics. Now, this is a portable pressing iron. This is just 12 volt, not at the regular pressing iron that takes 220 to 110 current. This is just 12 volts, so it burns less current and it's very convenient to use. And you can just use it, and touch yourself real quick with it. So you can find it right here at TAS Electronics. I'll leave the number down in the screen that you can call. And also for the content creators, there's a very high quality content creation light that you can use, while you doing your vlogging, while you're doing your video and other stuff. You can get it right here at TAS Electronics. And not forgetting the car owner there, the motorbike owner there. All right, the one here is a electronic pump. You can use it to pump your car tire on the go. Your car tire get flat, you go to a legal area, you know what I mean? And you want to do your thing there. You can just take it from in your boot, you just connect it, automatically it start pumping your car tire. You can get it right here at TAS Electronics. And also fast charger. Let me show you this one again. This one is also a pump. There's the pump right here. And when you go out and your battery dies and you want, please borrow me a battery. Now they want you.
All right, so we want to say welcome to each and every one of you. Today is going to be a very wonderful day, a very wonderful discussion. And what I'm going to urge you to do is grab yourself a cup of water or bottle of juice, and let's all have a very, very wonderful time. It's going to be a very wonderful time here. So those of you that want to know what is obtaining in Liberia, what is happening in the world, just tune in. So again, I want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you. On the special note, I want to say welcome to Momo B. Koli. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to say to Crypto Niti, I'm sorry if the name is not right, but I want to say you are highly welcome. Peterling Roberts, thank you so much for joining us. Uh, Keke Ba, thank you so much for joining us. Kaka Ba, we appreciate you. And all of you that are joining us from across the globe on various platforms, from the YouTube, from the Prince Sharif profile account, and all the other platforms that we have, from the Prince Sharif Intellectual Forum, all the other forums, that we have. We want to say welcome to all of you. We are privileged this afternoon to be joined by our sister Alita, commonly called CDC Baby. How are you, Mama?
I'm doing wonderful. I hope you are doing good as well. It's nice to be on this platform once again. This is ours. Or this is a great show, and I want to use the moment to say a big thank you to you for what you do, not just for our political party, but for our country at large, and making sure that the Liberian people receive that which they deserve. So I give you the applaud. You one dedicated man who puts a whole lot of time. Since today is a belated Father Day, but we are in the Father Day month, I want to use the media also to wish you a happy and pleasant Father God. I know you are very strong one in the back, to your beautiful and wonderful kids, and to all the dads watching. I will also want to say happy Father Day, and we see you guys and appreciate everything you do for us out here.
Thank you so very kindly. Again, let me just join you also to say happy Father Day, to all fathers in the house. You are wonderful, and that's the reason why the word is what it is. The word has found a place and is rotating because, of you. You make sure that the family are warm. You go above and beyond. So I want to say happy Father. This is a Father month. So for me, I celebrate month. I don't celebrate day. So this is a Father month. So we are staying in the Father, month. The day alone is not the day that belongs to Father, but the entire month, as we celebrated last month for our mothers, and today we are celebrating our Father's month. So I want to say happy Father's Day to all of you. I pray that God will strengthen you, give you the strength to do exploit and excellence in whatever you are doing to ensure that your family, are okay. Again, I want to say we are also proud of you, Alita, for all that you do. It is not easy. I know it's very, very tough, Uh, in this kind of political atmosphere we find ourselves in, where people do not have even respect for gender no more. People, instead of discussing the issue, they leave the issue and then, just try to be very rude and attack people personalities and etc. So to see someone like you stay in the vanguard doing what you are doing despite of the insult, the provocation, the bully, I think you are one of our proud. Let's take away the CDC, but you are one of Liberia's proud. You are one of those young women that have decided that you will not be bullied by people. You believe in your political institution. You have your own political persuasion, and you will continue to push forth for a better Liberia. So we are proud of you. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you for everything.
I, I appreciate your kind words.
All right. So I know that there will be several things that we'll be discussing today, but paramount amongst them is going to be the July 17th, which is the main reason why we are here. I want to say happy Father's Day to all of you, Father. My brother James Tanu, how are you, sir? I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my brother James Tanu, for your presence. Happy Father's Day to you, fathers. My brother Otaka, happy Father's Day to all of you. We appreciate all of you that will join us. But I want us, before going to the main issue, I want us to just deal with some issues. I'm going to play the very first video, and I know I played it earlier and I want to play it again. But before that, I just want to give our audience a bit of history while we are playing this video. During the regime of President George Weah, we heard of a very tragic event that took place that involved the proprietor of the St. Moses Funeral Parlor, uh, where he called some young, very promising boys to go and do piece of work for him. And unfortunately, to just cut the whole story short, we heard that these boys were missing after series of search. It was established that they got drowned, and they were did back and forth and stuff like that. So when the government of Joseph Numa Boakai took over, they decided to do a forensic investigation of the entire how you call scenario, that they really wanted to find out what really went wrong. What are these boys? They were really, 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 whether they were kidnapped, whether they got drowned, or whatever that happened to them. So the police did a very, very great work. And the police came up with a report. So I want to read that particular report. I sorry, now read the report now, but I want to play you the video after the police, did their investigation and everything. This was the founding of the Liberian National Police. Remember that the Liberian National Police is that particular institution that is the first arm of investigation. They investigate and have the right to establish whether there was a crime committed or a crime wasn't committed. So they did this investigation. And I want you to listen to the video again. There's a reason why I keep playing it, because I want you to listen to it. This was the police investigation and their final report. I want you to listen to this. Okay.
Established that Siafa Boyman, Robert Blamo Jr., and Bobby Wentworth, who were victimized during the process, when in the Kino were capsized on the Simple River on October 17, 2020, it was established that Siafa Boyman had drowned. The body was discovered. The body was identified by eyewitnesses based upon the clothes that he was wearing. But the other two bodies, in question of Robert Blamo Jr. and Barbara Boakai, we did not find them, or we have not discovered, or who know the whereabouts of the person. So, in accordance with Chapter 25 and Subchapter 25.3 of the Civil Procedure Law of the Republic of Liberia, with caption from our investigation conclusion, it was natural disaster. So I rest for now.
Thank you. So that is it for now with the missing boys. As the investigator rightfully said, one person has been identified, and the body that was retrieved was carefully analyzed. There were no body parts seen to be missing, which would have indicated some ritualistic activities around it. The corpse was intact. The shoes were still on the feet. The clothes were still on the body that was recovered, and that matched with the eyewitnesses who were on the scene from both ends of the river, where he left his motorbike and boarded the canoe. So when the body was recovered, they were able to identify that yes, this was one of the people who did get on the canoe. So one person has been declared dead, and two persons missing in accordance with the law until to reach a period of 7 years. If we do not find or hear from them, then at that point in time, then they can be declared dead. But for now, the other two are declared missing, and there's no criminality established so far in this case.
All right. So thank you so very kindly, all of you. Philip Nangbe, how are you? Uh, Siafaya, you are highly welcome. Moses, thank you so much. Hiton Wulejedo, how are you, sir? I want to welcome you from Greenville City, joining us from there. He's one of our general. We want to appreciate you, and you are highly welcome. Thank you so much. So I just play you a video where you heard the police giving their analysis or giving the report or their final report about an investigation that was conducted by the police, and the police have established, in keeping with law, that the body a body was found. They did their own, preliminary investigation and every other thing, and observed that there were no foul play. They even investigated other people who were on the scene, questioned them, interrogate them, and they said, there was no foul play. And like the investigator said, in keeping with chapter 25, subsection 25.3, that, what happened, there was no foul play and no criminal whatever was, observed or seen in it. But just few days ago, Mr. Boecker had a cabinet meeting or a retreat, whatever they call it. And in that particular retreat, Mr. Boecker have said that, he have asked the Minister of Justice to open this identical case. Now, there's a reason why we are bringing this out. The reason we are bringing this out is because we have history of this government using an incident to get our political opponent. All of us are witnesses to the open statement that was made by Joseph Newman Boecker when he said hooligans went at the Capitol building to burn the place down. And in order to make Joseph Newman Boecker's statement to be a reality, we saw what the police did. They collected people, tortured people, and they did all kinds of things. To the extent now, as we speak to you, there are lawmakers who were incarcerated, disgraced, and etc., etc., only because they want for Joseph Newman Boecker's statement to come to reality. Now that we are hearing again, after the police has conducted their investigation, we are hearing Mr. Boecker is saying, Mr. Justice Minister, you have to go open this case and let us be able to investigate after the police conducted their investigation. But Sister Alita, what is going on? What is running to your mind with this thing? Do you think it's just another political, or one would say witch hunt that the government is trying to use again to just, get at people? Let's hear from you on this. Remember,
Yeah.
the president said this in an open meeting, in his cabinet meeting, that they're going to reopen the case. And I say greatest condolences and deepest condolences to the family, of those who lost their life, the three boys. We are, in sympathy with the family. But let's hear from you, ma.
So, what if Boakai after this press conference and Boakai is stating that the kids need to be looked at by the justice minister, so that shows that what we are saying is true. Gregor Como is incompetent for the job, because you have a recording of this thing, Gregory Coleman, assuring the Liberian people that he will protect our capital. He will make sure he have full security at the Capitol building. He will protect the Capitol. And couple in the morning time, we wake up to our Capitol building have the burned down, and now they are accusing leaders from opposition political party, because that is the tactic of UPs. And we said this was just a old wine that was put in a new bottle, and it shows to be there actually, because Gregory Komohu today said as a IG was once in the police force on Maraseri 12 years, so he knows the tactic of the UPs to, instead of them tackling us politically, like we face them in our 6 years. We will face their propaganda. And one of the major propaganda they used was this same Mason boy today. He's saying that there were no foul play, that once you find a body, somebody drowned, a body drowned, it came to show that they identified to be one of the member of the three missing boy. But Prince, all we can say is that we are worried about our country. We are surely worried about the tactics of the UP, and me, you are fully aware of that. We couple of days we saw lawmakers of our country be disgraced, brutalized, done a whole lot to do a lot of them so that they can feel good about themselves. Mr. Barker does not even trust the IG he have there clearly because you calling on the justice minister after a press conference. I told you that one of the individual was found and there wasn't no foul play. So we look forward to the weeks ahead of our country. Prince, I can clearly say to you that Bureau is drowning every day under Mr. Boakai. But at the end of the day, we cannot change the narrative, but we will make sure we call Mr. Boakai to do the due diligence, to conduct himself as president of our country, because this is something that he desperately sat and lied through propaganda to get. And now you have gained leadership. You cannot even do the rightful thing. What you are doing is going after George Weah, and in every manner and step you have taken, you have failed. You have tried GSC report came after you. You tried LSCC, it came after you, Mr. Boakai. You have tried so many ways, Satan. You give up to understand that George Weah meant well for the Liberian people. George Weah served the Liberian people with respect and honor, and he protected the peace of our country. And that is what you are trying to destroy. And what worries me the most is when we talk about 2029, if we gonna succeed 2029, that I am sure of, because the Baka government have not done nothing to regain or another 6 years for the Liberian people. In on 2 years, the Liberian people have seen them for who they are. They are gangsters, they are money sucker, they are money eater, they are just there to loot. So in 2029, imagine the work we will face in 2029. We will have to work triple to regain the Liberian people trust. And that is my major focus and worry now. It is not Mr. Baka, because we have no hope that this man could transform nothing. This man have had 48 years in government on a clean sheet with no record to show what the Liberian people benefited from him. So why would I waste my time? But our people are doomed for the next 6 years, and hopefully we change the narrative comes 2029. That's all I have to say to that.
Thank you so very kindly. You stress some very important point that I also want to pick back on. You talk about this issue of Mr. Boyka, if I will just try to paraphrase, unwillingness to solve the Liberian people problem. And fellow Liberians, let's understand that we are dealing with the people who we know. One thing is that when you are dealing with somebody that you know, their moves cannot be surprised. The way they will behave will not be surprising to you, because these are people that we've dealt with over and over and again. Let me say this. What we are about to observe is another clever attempt by the Boyka administration to divert the people's attention from the current bread and butter issue. We saw what happened when the Liberian people, they were speaking out very loudly, and there were journalists visiting market stores, areas, asking Liberians about what was going on. When Liberians were speaking, I mean, from all angles, including people who even supported this government, what this government did to take the attention of the world from on the suffering of the Liberian people, they jump in with this entire, how you call, or legal thing, or the false accusation against these lawmakers. When the Liberian people at the time was saying that there is a need for the House to conduct an audit, and Fonati Kofa at the time said that the audit was very important. Boyka, knowing very well the kind of criminal things that he has been doing through these ministries and agencies, look for a way to be able to divert the people attention. So what did they do? Immediately, Honorable Fonati Kofa, the former speaker, starts to talk about the issue of audit, because Joseph Numa Boyka knows that at the end of the day, he himself, his pens will be cut down or his hands will be cut in the cookie jar. He called and said there is a need for us to move this man. So right away we saw that fight. So instead of now the house focusing on auditing and getting to know how the Liberian people money are being, spent from these various agencies and ministry, guess what? That entire audit business is done. We're talking about majority black, minority black, majority black, minority black. We went for almost 8 months. That is the game of the Unity Party and of Joseph Numa Boyka. That's what I said. When people say, oh, the paper now know waiting to happen, the people then will support the paper government, then it means you are not even fair to yourself. Because everything that is happening, Mr. Boyka is in the full know of it. And that is his techniques. That's what they do. They use means, scenario to divert people attention. So you saw what happened. So now the house is not talking about audit. No, we are no longer talking about audit now. It is not about audit. When you listen to the people talking, nobody will tell you, oh, the audit, the whole audit bene seized down. For the past 6-7 months, we're talking about, oh, who majority, who not majority, who's supposed to be speaker, who get 49, who not get 49. That is the modus operandus of the Unity Party. Divert the people attention. Take the people from what they think that is important, take it from them, and just bring another political thing. So as we speak now, the entire 7-8 months were consumed by radio station, whatever news, print media about majority, minority, who get 49, who not get 49, and who get 36, who not get 36. Today, as the people are complaining and talking about their government working in their interests, one things are going up and government is increasing the prices of basic commodity, putting taxes on the Liberian people head, people who are not already working. Unemployment is 99.999% in our country. Guess what? The government decided that we need to look for another distraction so that the media people can be focusing on that one while we increasing taxes and we are stealing. So they bring in this case and say, oh yeah, the people then they take them for and carry them in jail. They carry them in jail. We there we talk. While we are talking now, Joseph Numa Boyka, guess what he did these few days? Collected 4 oil blocks and gave it to Noka. Something that should go to the lawmakers so that the lawmaker can discuss it and be able to have an input. He diverted people attention now. While we're talking about code business, the other person going, oh, testimony not correct, the other testimony not correct. Joseph Numa Boyka is honored there doing his clandestine deeds and they are stealing. Guess what happened? We are forgetting about the investigation or the audit that was conducted at the executive mansion in Joseph Numa Boyka office. We say the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. There was an audit conducted where 74 persons were receiving pay for over 1 year plus, only for them to go and investigate. They can't see the people. The money where they were taking, they can't put the money back, but we can't see the people. They were paying people that we can see. Now knowing Ghost is now working with Joseph Numa Boyka. So you see, that particular audit now, we are forgetting about it. Now we feel forgetting about that one. Joseph Numa Boyka is a crook. No, the old man is a very clever criminal. He's a crook. The old man know how to do it. He know how to divert people attention. So right now, guess what? The one that happened at the MCC. Quite recently at MCC, there were people taking pay 3 different times. I want CFR taking money that belonged to Biobo and putting it in a packet. That one king, or while we're looking at that, just then you might look at for like the people they want to expose me. So right now, we're talking about CFR stealing business from Ministry of from the MCC. We're not talking about the criminology. Somebody said that went on at the Ministry of State. We're not talking about it. We all now focusing on Funati Kofa. The case with the opposition lawmakers. You see what is happening? What Boyka is using the opportunity to steal from the people. So again, Boyka has come. Because what these guys will do, they will always accuse people. And that's the reason why the opposition, we need to stand up and stand up very strong. Now, this announcement that Boyka is making about the 3 missing boys who are going to open the case, there is something that these guys are trying to do. There is something they are trying to do. That's why they are bringing this. Because the arm of government that is responsible to investigate have investigated. The police, we listening, they have investigated and found out that there were no foul play. But because Boakai is a criminal and know that we Liberians, sometimes we just so lackadaisical and we allow people to walk away with how you call with tabata. So at the end of the day, they are looking for way now to be able to what? To divert people attention so that they can steal. So that they can steal. So it means that Boakai don't even trust the police again. You see that? Because if Boakai will be talking about we will investigate, we are asking the Minister of Justice to investigate, it means that the arm of government that is responsible to carry on this preliminary investigation, Boakai ain't trust them again. Boakai not even trust his own police. And you see what we can be talking about. He trusts his own police. Because it was the same police that reported that, the thing here we finish investigating, there are no foul play. But then Boakai coming back to tell us you gotta carry on investigation. So what is happening? What is happening? Or is it that they want to now get as some kind of opposition leader? That's what they want to do. They want to build a case against an opposition, a case that has no magnitude, that has no value against an opposition, which is very, very, very terrible. Very, very terrible. Where we have reached as a people, as a nation, if we do not stand up against this particular old crook, if we do not stand up against this particular man called Joseph Numa Boakai, fellow Liberians, within the next few years, we will not have a place where democracy is thriving, is praised. Liberia will not have a place of such. Because what is happening is terrible. What is happening is bad. What is happening is completely out of the ordinary. It's completely out of the ordinary. But again, all we can do is to continue to tell our people, to continue to expose the evil of Joseph Numa Boakai. So it's up to you. It's up to you to ensure that you, as people, that you work along with us in exposing Joseph Numa Boakai and in telling him that enough is enough. Enough is enough. But I want to play you a video here of the chairman of STEN, Honorable Moluba K. Molu, and then we are going to discuss this. So I'm going to play you this video. This is one of the major reasons why we are here. So I'm going to play you this video, and then we can all be able to have a time to discuss this. So I'm going to play you this video. Let me play you this video from the chairman of STEN. Let me play you this video from the chairman of STEN. It's a 6 minutes video, and then there where we're going to spend
as
some
you know, we are preparing for July 17th.
minutes.
And I see all the thing police trying to do, skill tactics, intimidate peaceful citizens. It's a worthless venture. We cannot be intimidated. You can't scare me. I'm stronger than you. The result is better. I knew the consequences of this action before I took part into it. Nothing will stop July 17th. Not even my death. The police should start wasting their time. And then they should start wasting taxpayers' money on surveillance. Tapping my line, tapping my phone. Having people in cars chilling me around. I go place in the night, they are around there. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. It's not going to work. Deploying police posts at STEN's headquarters. Paying grenade men to attack me as I'm making my rounds to communities. It's a waste of your energy. These things will not work. You need to ask Eddie Johnson Salif. We were here for 12 years, and we stood up for 12 years. We did not bend our knee to the dictatorship. We will not do it now under an 86-year-old man who has dementia. You can't succeed. You need to stop. I've told revolutionaries my will. If Maba Molu died before the 17th of July, my coffin will go to that rally. My coffin will speak resistance. My coffin will march. We don't fear death. That will come when it will come. We are here to stand in defense of the poor and the victimized. Those are victims of injustices. We will stand up for them. July 17th is your day, the day of the people. Liberians, prepare yourselves. But next week, we will start printing t-shirts. The July Revolution t-shirt. We'll send screens in the communities, set up your printing areas, and print your t-shirt. Bring your own t-shirt if need be, if you can afford. Help those who cannot afford. We want to print 100,000 t-shirts across the country. The July Revolution will take part in every major city in Liberia. Will take part in Brussels. Will take place in Washington, D.C. July is the day. July is the month. The 17th is the day. Liberians will rise up to say, enough is enough. Today's greedy and lawless demolition exercise, enough is enough. Joseph Boakai wants to flex muscles that he's fighting to protect rule of law. That he wants to set an example. Why are you not arresting or prosecuting government officials that you have dismissed for corruption? They're all over the place. You can't fight corruption you are demonstrated. You may Amimoda resign for running $90,000 car. Less than 2 months, you are running vehicles that cost more than $1 million. It's a compromise of the integrity. And July 17, we say enough is enough. You undermine the legislature, the independence of the Supreme Court. You trash their ruling. You attack their independence. And you are pretending to be in the interest of the law. On July 17, we'll say enough is enough. The time has come. The time has come. We don't fear anybody here. It's for the directly and trust for a new day. Stand. We remain standing with We the People movement in the hundreds of thousands with Liberians in every county, in Maryland, River G, Grand Jude, Monserrado, Grand Cape, Nimba, Lofa, Barbolu, Grand Bassa, Red Bosses will be standing up. Grand Crew, sign up, will be standing up. Liberians in Minnesota, in Pennsylvania, in Maryland, in Brussels, in Paris, in Frankfurt, Germany, will be rising. Liberians from London will be standing to say enough is enough. And nothing you can do about it. Because it is our right to freely assemble according to the Liberian Constitution. It is our right to freely assemble to express or to petition policymakers. On that day, the 17th of July, we will demand our servant, Joseph Boakai, to make himself available on Capitol Hill to receive a petition from the people about the governance direction of the state, about the abuse of the rule of law, etc. And we believe that we as your bosses, but with someone who you will come. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's prepare. It will be peaceful at all times, law-abiding, and fully constitutional. We want to re-emphasize that on that day we amplify our call for the foreign government officials to resign their positions, and we start that now. Gregory Como, Scarface and Nelson Freeman, Kofi Woods, the Justice Minister, more to come. These Liberians are abusing the seat of governance and need to exit governance. There's a long list of them. We'll publish it in the next coming days, and we'll demand their resignation. You cannot kill innocent citizens in King George and still continue to be parading the corridors of power as a decent policeman. Your hands are still with blood, and you should be made to resign or you should be dismissed if Mr. Boakai is interested in building a credible police force that will attract people's respect and not chase partisans, not chase Liberians away or not pursue partisans from different political parties because they don't like that type of partisans. This is wrong, and we think it should be stopped. So thank you. I will now submit to the press for at least 5 questions, and then we
Alita, we listening to the chairman of STAN. Why is July 17 very important for all Liberians?
Um, Thank you so much. I firstly want to, acknowledge Stan for giving me the opportunity to serve as one of their spokesperson as a Liberian and actively involved in the political scene of our country. The importance of July 17 protest is very essential. We call on Mr. Boakai to respect the rule of law of our country, to we seize the police brutality in our country. We see every morning Liberia wake up to the streets of Monrovia and other parts of Liberia with dead bodies in the street. We have no accountability. Mr. Waka came to leadership with the erase agenda. We spoke on the highly of rule of law, protection, respect, and protection, but we can clearly see that Baka has no intent to keep that. So, a few months ago, our country and our people suffer for the fact that the executive branch of government decided to infiltrate the legislative branch of government to plan a coup to remove a legitimate speaker. And through that process, the Supreme Court of our country, the Constitution, our country was thrown in the quarters by Mr. Boakai. So the July 17th protest is the protest enough is enough. Boakai, on 2 years into leadership, our people are suffering. You came with an agenda to rescue our people, and we have yet to see the rescue in any form, any capacity. So we are calling Mr. Boakai to rescue the people because our people are suffering, our people are dying, our people are homeless in our country. And I stand with the chairperson of Saint Chairman Moluwa Kemolu. We want to say to Mr. Baka in his IG, we are not afraid. That is why our Alita Ban will be live in Liberia as we advocate that Mr. Baka do the right thing. Liberia is our home. We cannot be intimidated. We will not be afraid. We are there that Mr. Baka will do the needful. So July 17 is very, very essential to our country right now. And we call on all Liberians around the world, all Liberians within the country, put your hands around stand. This is a civil movement that is meant to that government will be able to do the right thing, follow the protocol, follow the rules, respect the constitution of our country, abide by the law. We are the ones that gave Mr. Baka a job. We don't work for Mr. Baka. Mr. Baka and his cause of gangsters work for us. So why should we be intimidated by them? It is our constitutional right to protest. That is why we are calling on Liberia to a peaceful protest. We intend not to be anything but peaceful on that day. We will assemble at the central capital and other counties around Morovia that will be advocating that Baka listen to the people and do the needful. We all sat here when people felt uncomfortable in America, they went to Liberia. June of 2019, it was just 1 year into the we are leadership. They said they had issues, the country was not moving. But I'm surprised they are quiet because why? They are not the beneficiaries of the job. They are not the money's eater. So they don't see nothing wrong in that country. You might have dementia like Joseph Baga to see that Liberian people are not facing a terrible condition right now.
Thank you so much. And I would just want to weigh in on this, fellow Liberians. Like I asked the question, why is July 17 very important? To just weigh in on it. You see, when you read the Constitution of Liberia, Article number 1 or Article 1, it says all power is inherent in the people. And because all power is inherent in the people have the right, according to that same Article 1, the people have the right, or it is their right, it's within their scope, it's within their privilege, it's within their right to be able to alter and to reform any government that they put in place. And they will do that for their safety, for their happiness, for their satisfaction, as it is required. It is important because it strengthens our democracy and tell those that we have employed that they are not demigods, but rather they are servants of the people.
Yes.
July 17 is important because the level that we are going as a nation, it is terrible and dangerous. It is important because we are seeing the rise in dictatorship in our country. And we all know the last time leaders tried to put up a dictatorial tendency, we saw what happened. Almost 350,000 Liberians die in our country there. Some of them don't even have grave. Some of us, we are victim. Our parents don't even have grave. The reason why July 17 is important is because you are a Liberian and you don't want to see your mothers, your fathers, your brothers and sisters running from butchers, or for somebody to tell them, say, Papi, sit down here. Because the level our country is going, Joseph Numa Boakai is setting that country on a time bomb to explode. July 17 is important for us to tell these criminals that we were the ones that went to the pool and elected them. They did not elect us. They did not elect us. We elected them. The reason why July 17 is important is for us to remind these people that they have a constitutional responsibility. That idiot called Joseph Numa Boakai has a constitutional responsibility. That Papa must understand.
Absolutely.
That's why it's important. July 17 is important because we cannot have a government that have neglected our responsibility going about enriching themselves and at the end of the day using the police force that is supposed to protect us to inflict wounds on us. Look at what is happening in Liberia today, fellow Liberians. Look at what is happening. The police is now used by the state as a gangster group to inflict pains on our people. Look at what is happening. People are dying in police cells without anybody being held responsible. Is this the kind of Liberia that President Weah left? Is this the kind of Liberia that Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf left? Is this the kind of Liberia that this India said they were coming to rescue these criminals? Is this the kind of Liberia? The reason why July 17 is important is, look, we must begin to tell government that, look, government, we not slave to you. We only gave you our votes so you can do what you are supposed to do.
Yep.
July 17 is important because it is where we Liberians will set a new path for democracy in our country, to tell government that you work for us. And if you are not doing what is right, it is our responsibility to checkmate you, to tell you that, hey, something is going on that we are not satisfied with. Behave yourself. July 17 is important because it is void of political party or political institution. That's why it's important. It's important because you want to save your nation from this calamity and this disaster. You know, let me tell you something. There are people who feel complacent when they are carrying on certain acts and nobody talking. It's almost like, take for example, you get your child in the house. When the child ready, you take rock, you chunk it on the glass. Not a boss, you don't talk. When the child ready, you do the other one. You don't talk. At the end of the day, if you keep quiet, that child become complacent and think that what he's doing is part of life. Oh, it's fun. A man enjoying it or a parent enjoying it. So don't be surprised one day when that child walk out, take rock and knock it on somebody on a child here, go because you believe that he been doing it or a man talking, they say that enjoyment play. So it's important that we come out as Liberians to tell Mr. Boakai that, look, Mr. Boakai, this particular presidency that we gave you, we can take it back from you. You're not a demigod. You are our employee. We employ you. You are our employee. You are one of the employee that we have given opportunity to work in our interest. But look at what is happening. Look, this is the time and we are setting a new path for democracy in Liberia. That the people who are the owners of their resources, of their government, of their authority, that they can tell you how to use it. They can tell you how to use it. It is important because that is going to serve as a litmus test for 2029. What we are seeing happening around here, fellow Liberian, they are all orchestrated by this government to do something very fishy and plunge our nation into chaos. This is not about a political party. This is not about a political leader. This is not about somebody who associates with political institution. No, this is about Liberians. I want to ask you a question, fellow Liberians that are listening to us. When you go in the market, you wake up already now at $100. The woman was saying the corporation she can ask you see this member? Then she bring it down. Or she can ask you what are you Unity Party member? Then she bring it down. Or they charge all of us at the same rate, $100 for corporates. So, baby, you understand that one. Let me ask you, those of you who will go to the cold storage to go and buy your lay one carton of fish to come and sell it, the Lebanese man or whoever man that to the cold storage or the mommy went to the cold storage, she can ask you to show your CDC ID card or your Unity Party ID card.
Good question.
Has she ever asked you on that?
Good question.
So let me ask you a question. Your family member that can be asking you, those of you in the United States, family member calling you now, school is about to close. Some of you now, you even scared to answer your own phone from Liberia now. Family member calling you, they can call you and say, oh, uncle, you be CDC man. If you're not CDC man, they say, okay, when I ask you, or you United Party man, when I ask you, all of us are equally feeling the pinch in Liberia. And that's why we need to stand up. That's why we need to speak, especially those of us in the United States. Look, let me tell you, do not overlook your presence here in this United States. Don't overlook your presence. You have a pivotal role to play. You are very critical in the democratic life of that country. That's why you need to speak out. Look, the people who should be speaking out loud more than any other person in the diaspora are those of us that are in the US. We should be speaking out loud because we are the ones that feed the burnt more. Or Liberians in the diaspora, so to speak, we feed the burnt. I know our people are there physically, they are feeling the burn, but we are also feeling it. It's because of the suffering that our people are going through that one made some we even said one bafaye. Say we can in the country, we're getting old now, what boon everything, or go to where they begin and say the naked way, begin and where Liberia, where you can look at some of them you can born it, and they want to be telling you, they call you sir. Excuse me, sir, can you go for the other bath? They told you, bath will have more than you. They told you. They begin, you can't even sit down. You want to make a call, you gotta go in the bathroom to go make call. You can't even stay. When they come in, you gotta be running up and down. At the end of the day, if you finish doing all the work, the money say I can't even learn. The bill now takes on, family member then now call, now takes on, and all the other things. Do you want a Liberia where your people don't have job and you feel satisfied? Look, don't pray for one person to be successful only in the family. That family, forget it. They'll break that one person down.
Oh yeah.
They will break that person down because everybody will be dependent on that person. But when you pray for more people to succeed, so what we are doing is commending, is informing the government to create jobs for our people to ease the burden on us. Who told you jobs are not in Liberia? Jobs are there. Quite recently, how many payment the Ministry of Labor sold? 10,000. Those 10,000 jobs, they can go to Liberia. Oh, Liberian not there. They get Liberian get on their head when they go to the company. The bossman will be scared to run away from there. Or Liberian, you know how to do the work. Why is July 17 very important? It's important because you will be speaking to your government. You'll be speaking to this government that have decided to be fakao. They say they will not hear. When Boakai sitting down, acting like he's sleeping, that wicked man, if any plenty of wickedness. I remember one of my men were in AMEU together. He said wickedality. I said, what kind of thing you talking? He said, when you hear somebody say wickedality, it means the wickedness it now
It
extend.
pass.
It going to the normal nonsense level. The person wicked and the person can kill. So we just put it together, wickedality.
Quality.
There. You know, it's a serious, fellow Liberians. Look at what is happening. This is a time for us to speak out and to speak out very loudly.
Yeah.
Alita, is this July 17 a political driven activities? Is it been, orchestrated, planned, or put together for politicians or political party under the scene to benefit, or is it merely an initiative that is put together by the ordinary people? Let's hear from you. Does this July 17 had any political honor to?
I would say for once, absolutely no. This July 17 is not politically related in any form and manner. This is a civil stand is a civil movement that believe in the transformations in the people's rights, whether today government, future government, and so forth. So we would say that this July 17 is more about what our citizens face, and what they are faced with right now has nothing to do particularly with a political party or non-partisan. It's a Liberian issue. So this is more about Boakai facing the day-to-day bread and butter issues of our people. It's not about anything political. You don't see any political symbol along with this. Thing is a civil movement that is intended to advocate for the rights of the Liberian people. Though you will find, a few faces that are from parts of their own personal political party, but saying it's very clear that you leave it at the door and comes in as an ordinary Liberian who believes that Liberia Liberian are suffering, Liberian are being maltreated, and our people need to be delivered. They need to be rescued as projected by the so-called United Party. And you said one thing, this the issues and the crisis our people face has no political face to that. You cannot go to the market and say your pepper that $100 for part, you pay 75 because you support yourself. You might work. That is not an issue. Every Liberian face, with this right now, this hardship right now, be it sedition, UPS, non-politicians, and all those, individual in Liberians involved. So that is why STEM have come as a civil movement to say I join hands with all Liberians to come forward so that we can advocate for the right of our people. And that is why I'm on here. I have a very mean objective that I'm also on here today for. As we prepare ourselves for July 17 protests, there are necessity and essential things that we need along with it. That is why this 10 organized a goal from me, or I think you have that. You will display it later on when we get there. Sin has a goal for me, and that is the me and major purpose I'm on here. If you're a Liberian in and outside Liberia, to support this movement, because we are going to face a very tedious and dangerous government. We was there before, and we have seen protests in that country, and we have seen the outcome. So our only intention is to peacefully assemble and call on Jose Boakai, but we don't know their strategy. With that, Stan is calling on each and every Liberian for their support. We are calling on for financial support in and outside Liberia. So we have a goal from me that I will be talking about when the time is given to me. So, and we all also have other means that Liberia should be able to contribute, because this is very essential. You don't know Black government, people may be arrested. People kids may be harmed because we don't know what we will be faced with, because we deal with a very terrible leadership who has no respect for the rule of law, who has no right and respect to protect the ordinary citizen of our country, even though we are not intimidated to say, because you are threatening our life, you are out there. After all, we will be afraid to shy away from going out in the street to protest for our Fifth Amendment rights. And then we listen to the chairperson, the national chairperson of St. Chairman Moluba Kemodu, saying that even if it costs our life, our war still will be taken there to advocate for the rights, and you must do the needful. So when the time is right, praying we can dive into the mean and actual purpose on here today is to advocate to Liberians across the world to support this. We need financial support as Liberians to support our fellow Liberians that will be out there that day. We need resources. We need to provide water. We need to provide food and other things for Liberian out there. So that is why we are on here on this platform today. And thank you once again for giving us your platform to use in such for such purpose that is very important to our people and their well-being.
Uh, Thank you so much. Thank you so very kindly. Like we said from the very beginning, fellow Liberians, this initiative is non-political. It's non-political. This is non-religious. Yeah, me a Muslim, me a Christian. How time suffering unemployment and I know Christian and I know Muslim. This is no political stuff. And do not be confused. Even those who are part of political parties, they are also going through the same suffering. But this is not political. That's why you see this is the conglomeration of Liberians. So don't be confused. That if you see people, maybe you see the other person, a United Party person, the person there, you say, oh, but when that United Party man, that he the one veil, so that one may he coming to can't talk. No. Or the men are citizen mail that he the one veil, why he coming to can't talk. No. We are coming under the banner of Liberians. Because before we became part of political party, there is one thing that is unique to all of us. When we go out, they say Liberians. They don't say sedition, unity partisan, whatever, whatever. So this particular protest, they are the ordinary people that will be coming out. They are Liberians that will be coming out. That's why you see in this whole thing, no political party is inside. No political party is sponsoring anything here. No political party is spearheading anything. This is void of politics. It is the people's revolution. It is the people's revolution. So being part of this, it doesn't mean that you are part of a political institution, no, because it has nothing to do with politics. They were not looking like, for example, the churches then. Well, at the end of the day, they say the church, some of them, that Liberia Council of Churches, say, oh, we cancel the churches,
That
this, that. Joseph
Kings
Newman
of
Boyka get in position,
Peace.
they can't talk. Yeah. Joseph Newman Boyka get in position, the people they can't talk again. In fact, they are the ones now that presenting certificate to corrupt government officials. They say they
We're
recognizing them,
appreciating it.
going from one office to another office to appreciate people who are gangster, people who are criminals. So this one, it has no political or no religious attachment. All is about Liberia. All is about Liberia. And how do we achieve this? To achieve this is very important. Everything we do is planning. The group that will be going to Washington, D.C., there is planning. And we cannot plan at the end of the day. One thing that is important for the plan to become a reality and actuality is finance. Is finance. We are against a government that don't care. Joseph Newman Boyka don't care. The papa can care. The papa can do anything just to ensure that his will prevail. That's the kind of person we are going against. Or that's the kind of person we want to tell to do what he is supposed to do, to remind him. He doesn't give a hink about anybody. He doesn't care. The man is a narcissist. He cares about himself. That egocentric behavior about me, about myself. So this government is doing everything, but the people's will is what you cannot suppress. And that's the reason why, fellow Liberians, we are calling on you to support this initiative, because there will be too many things that will be going on. Even now, as we'll be inviting these people on the show, as they'll be going on show. Like, for example, publicity is not free. We need money. And you know the good thing, when these kind of initiatives are sponsored by the people, it can yield result instead of by politicians. Because politicians, they will count this out, go there one, say the other one, do the other one, do the other one. And you see me? That what I want you to be, that how I want you to do. And you see me, I doing the other one, I don't want you to do. But when it is the people's initiative, when you who are listening to us, when you choose to sponsor it, it means that it is void of politics. It means that your desire, what you want to see, that what will happen. And when you look here, I'm about to display something here to you. When you look here, you are going to see the GoFundMe page here. which is very, very, very much important. And that's where we're going to be spending some few time before we can take
And
leave of.
and before the government print, we also has a cash app that have
Okay.
been added to it. So I will appreciate if you pin the cash app in the comment also.
So when you look here, fellow Liberians, you will see here a GoFundMe that has a target of $10,000. We want to encourage you, and that's why we are here. That's why we are here today. Let me turn it over to Alita as we hear from her on this GoFundMe. One will say, what is happening? This initiative is about reclaiming our country. It's about reminding government to do what is right. It's about justice for those who were killed in Kinjor. It's about justice for that girl who was raped in the police cells and hanged, and the people say she hanged herself. It's about that boy who was beaten by the Liberia National Police and they hang him and say he hanged himself. It's about that boy in Lofa who, at the end of the day, supposed to give testimony of a ritualistic case and only for them to see him hanging in the police cell and nobody was brought to book. It's about our democracy. It's about reminding our government about what they are supposed to do. So tell us about this initiative. Somebody will say, but you want to go protest, don't collect money. Tell us about this funding.
Yeah, Prince, thank you so much. The reason why this is very important is the fact that we are going to have our own people out in the streets. Liberians will be out there that day advocating for each and every Liberian rights. So we will have to be able to provide basic essential that day for Liberians out there. Like some Liberians with the hardship in our country may not have full transportation, but they want to be out there that day. They want to come to for that voice to be heard. They want that voice to be heard, be acknowledged. So that is the reason why we need this. Also, if we are going after a very tedious and very disgruntled and very our Lord government. We have seen passing days some protests where Liberians were brutalized and beaten and jailed unlawfully. Those are finances that may be used for Liberians to be built out or jailed just in case. So there are a lot of important things like bring, God forbid, with this government, we don't know what to expect. Maybe some Liberian may face issues along the line that need medical assistance. Those are the finances that will be used for that to make sure the first aid are available on scene. We are living a diaspora to be in Liberia. We'll be there to provide first aid mechanism to be able to be there to be there as our board and for this, what this money is not intended for me, it's not intended for Chairman Molu, it's not intended for no leadership. This is the money that will just be used for the ordinary people at that project. That is what we have come to our own people to say we need this for just in case. So the team back home, Chairman Molu and the rest of those people have been doing wonderful job. They have been going from district to district over the weekend. They were in district number 14. We saw the amount of people that were out there. Those visits takes some financial assistance to do, and the chairman has been working very hard in that spot. No sponsorship, no, like you said, this is not a thing that nobody wants to gain from any politician or any political party. This is for the Liberian people. That is why we are on here to our people to say, if we could honor him, we could have honored him, take money from another political party to act in our favor, but still it's not doing that. Still it's saying the Liberian people will sponsor their own voice. So this is a means of sponsorship. And on behalf of the team, I'm pleading to each and every Liberian, with the hardship in our country does not know a citizen, or it doesn't know this other party, it doesn't know the other person. It only knows everybody in general. So please go ahead and support while we are on here tonight. Don't be shy away to say, oh, maybe I need to get $500 to support your 100, your 50, your 10, your 5, whatever is necessary that you have now that you think is important to contribute. You can do this. People use $20 to go to McDonald's to get their food. That $20 can change the life of the Liberian by supporting their
Hmm.
voice. Stand is the Liberian people's voice right now. Stand July 17 protest is a means that Liberian voice be heard, not just by Joseph Boakai. We are sending a message also to the international community, the UN, the ECOWAS, the American embassy in Liberia. So this is a means that the world can see what our people face, like the police brutality. People are dying in custody of police that are not getting full investigation. So we are pleading to all well-meaning Liberians. That is the GoFundMe link, and that is why I'm on here today. I beg you, contribute to the Liberian people voice. You are the voice. You are the support system. You are in the diaspora. If you don't know the means of using GoFundMe, we have a cash out that Prince is about to pin. So the cash out, and Prince, if he give me the time, I can read it out to you, and
Sure.
then you can post it. Paleto. P as in Patrick, A as in Alpha, L as in Larry, L as in Larry, E as in Esther, H as in Hannah, T as in Tom, O as in Oscar, M as in mother. No, sorry, not N. E as in Esther. So it's PALLEHTOE. Baleto all together. No, there is no space. So you go $ Baleto.
Okay, $ paleto. All right. So that is uh the number there. That is the stuff there for the
Cash App.
Cash App. Let me just put it right here. The number. Let me see. Let me put it right here. Let me put it right here. So, fellow Liberians, the link is there. You can go right there and be able to donate to this particular just cause. Yeah, let me pin it right here.
So Prince, can you do me a favor and put a P in a capital and a T in a capital? The begin is capital P.
It's capital P and capital T, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let me see. Wait, let me move this from here. Comment. Okay. So it's $ capital P capital T, right?
Yes. So it's Paleto. It's a capital P and a T.
Okay. Okay. $. Okay. Okay. So this is it. Let me just pin it right here. So, fellow Liberian, this is it. You see the $ Pallet, that is PALLAH,
No,
and
PALLEH.
oh, sorry, EH. Yeah, I'm sorry, PALEH.
Yeah, please.
Oh,
I know. I'm
sorry.
sorry. It's okay.
Okay, let me see. Okay, let me delete this. Let me delete this. So it should be $. Okay. Okay, so that's it right here. Palleh and capital Toe. Toe. So it's right here. Let's put it right here. Let's pin it right here. So it's right here.
Yeah.
It's the dollar sign, capital Palleh. Then you get Toe, Toe. So Paleto, or that is the name for the Cash App. You can, also donate to the Cash App. You can also go right on Facebook. I'm going to now put the link here. You're seeing the link right there. Just go to Help Liberia Raised Against Injustice. You see We the People. Let me just let me share it right here. Let me see. Let me share it here. Okay. Okay. Let me copy the link. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to put the link right here. Let me copy the link and then put the link right here. Paste. Yeah, so fellow Liberian, there we have it. You know, this is about Liberia. It's about you, it's about me, it's about our children. And one of the good thing is that okay, okay. One of the good thing is that this is not controlled by any political party. Look, if a political party was involved, but now this amount has been raised a long time. But this is just to tell you that this is truly the people cause. This is not a cause that is pushed by some political, how you call, guru somewhere. This is the people's cause. And that's why we are bringing this to you. Whatever that you can afford, whether it be a 100, whether it be a 200, whether it be a $50, whether it be a $10, this can do enough because there are too many activities that will be going on. When you go to a radio station, you know now the government get money. The government will do everything to want to block this. People going to radio station to go and appear, you got to pay. Government know that these people are coming there. The first thing they will say, my man, we finish booking the space. We pay for the space. If the space is $200 for 1 hour, for example, it will say, my man, we pay $400. So fighting against this tyrannic regime requires that all of us as Liberians, all of us be able to help. So I want to say to you, if you are listening to us, and that's why we are here, to please kindly donate to this water cost. Whatever you can afford, whether it be a $10, whether it be a $5, $15, $100, or $1,000, whatever amount will help in order for us to ensure that this particular project is a success, to emancipate Liberia, that is a success. Because there will be so many things that will be going on. Logistics, people need to leave from one end to another end. Communications needs to go out. People need to call. There will be phone calls around the place. People need to check on people. So many things that will be going on. People want to drink water and etc. So all of these things, they are very, very, very important. And these things will be able to help us to achieve. I mean, financially now, they will be able to help us to achieve what we want to achieve. That's why we are appealing to people. That's why we are appealing to group. We're appealing to individual to make good whatever donation that you can give. The Cash App is there. Maybe you don't want to go on uh the Facebook or the page to be able to donate. The Cash App is right here. Go in the Cash App, just put it there, Paleto, dollar sign, Palleh, capital Toe, and then whatever amount you send it there. We want to appeal to you. We really, really want to appeal to you. Because right now, where we are, the only thing that can be able to make this thing to be fruitful is our finance. All of the time you see Chairman Molu going from one community to another community, the team is going. We'll continue to say chairman. Now, it doesn't mean that, it's political chairman. No, he is the chairman of STAN, and We call him that. So all of the time that you see him going from one community to another, going on radio station, conducting interview, and all these other things, they require money. They require funding. So please, we want you to help us. We want you to help and show that this identical money is raised. I don't know who is there, but I believe that somebody can be able to help. I believe somebody can be able to make this thing to come to fruition. So, Alita, what is Stan willing to achieve? What is the end goal of this entire, how you call, gathering, or this entire assembly, this entire protest? What is the end goal of this entire process?
So, Prince, when you employ somebody and you have given her a job to deliver. So, with Boakai being our employee, we as we have given him a job to deliver that he has turned his back to. So, our accomplishment is to reawaken Mr. Boakai to making him know that we are his employers. We give him the job. We are there to help him to lead, and we are there also to remove him. We have the power. That is our constitutional right to if we have the power to remove him. But this is the first step. As Liberians, we are calling on him to do the needful. We are giving opportunity and chances to receive the Liberian people petition with respect and say, I understood that I failed for the past 1 month, 1 year, I'm going to 2 years. I've not done anything yet. I forgo the rule of law of our country and forgo the respect of the Constitution. My focus has been in reaching myself and rescuing Katuma Baka and Jojo Tantan. We want Mr. Baka to acknowledge that he has failed the Liberian people. We want him to understand that he has he has done zero, he has scored zero, and to desist from those mad political hunts of officials and leaders of other political parties. He have to desist from it, and we intend for him to receive the petition of the Liberian people peacefully. So fast forward, hopefully this is accomplished by Mr. Boakai, but let not be deterred, Mr. Boakai. If we come out July 17 and you choose us to ignore us as Liberian, this will not be the end of sin. This will not be the beginning of sin. This is a continuity until Boakai deliver for the Liberian people. Sin is not here to be intimidated to run away. This is not a movement that Boakai can make or chase out. We are here to stay. We are permanent. We are here to make sure that Boakai do his due diligence. So we say enough is enough. So we expect Boakai to respect himself. As old and vindictive he is, from a different standpoint, it is very hard, but we will do it so that we can be on record to the international community, to the United Nations, to the ECOWAS, that we as Liberian who appointed this person as president have acknowledged that he is proceeding wrong. He needs to do the right thing. So hopefully Mr. Boakai listen to the Liberians on July 17 and proceed with cautions. But if not, Mr. Boakai will continue to hear from us. We as Liberians, we will not be deterred. We will not be intimidated. Our voices will be heard. It will be heard beyond the 7 continents of the world, because we in to make a statement. And this is the main focus of STAND, and that is what we are calling on each and every Liberian to support this movement. It is not a political movement, it is a civil movement. We are here for the people. We are here as voices for the people, and that's who we remain. So, guys, the cash app is there. While we are on this live, we have $1,288. At least let's go to 1,350 on year today. And go, if you have done something with the cash, I just drop your receipt in probably my DM. And I want to send a shout out to the national chairperson of Stand Enough is Enough protest in the United States, Madam Pella were told she is the chairperson of Stand Enough is Enough Protest USA. She is a very committed woman. As you all know, to be short and fair, that Stand is now a political, civil, political attached. We have somebody who is mostly non-political, but she will
Sure.
have her own interest. So, as the chairperson of Stand in the USA, so guys, come on, let's get the GoFundMe running. Because let me say, we that support this protest, let's just say, if we cannot accomplish this, financial obligation in some sense, we are telling Boakai we are agreeing to the brutality of our people, the mass murder with no investigation, the killing, all these things, rape at the higher cost, the drugs trafficking in our country. We are telling Mr. Boakai we agree with it, and that would be a very passing no. So if you support Stand at this moment, we urge that you continue to support, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you so very kindly. So, fellow Liberian, there we have it. You can do this. We can do it together. Whatever you can give towards this cause is something that is really worthy. This is not political. It has nothing to do with any political party. This is not a project that is intended to go in somebody's pocket. No. It's intended to be used for those who are in the vanguard to advocate on our behalf. Whatever you can afford will be of help to this. Whatever you can afford will be of help. Again, we want to encourage you. The GoFundMe is right here. You can donate to it, or better still, the Cash App is right there. You can just type it in and make your donation. I know some of you want to be anonymous. You don't want people to know that it is you. You don't want your name to be mentioned and stuff like that. You can go anonymous. Or better still, you can go in the Cash App and just, do what you can do, send a message that I want to be anonymous, and that's going to be it. But where we have reached, it is a sad time in Liberia. Our nation is bleeding. Look at what is happening. The school system. There is another video again of a school in River G that has been neglected by the government. The government have virtually neglected her responsibility. The lad that they were coming to rescue, instead of rescue, they are now giving excuses around here. They have now abandoned the people completely. Look at what is happening. The education sector is a mess. The healthcare sector is a mess. To the extent that at JFK now, they are even holding patients hostage, especially women that go there to go give birth. They're holding them hostage, they and their children. I played a video here, I think some few days ago. This is getting scary. Police brutality is all around the place. Mob violence is always around the place. Somebody needs to tell Mr. Boyka that Mr. Boyka, you were elected to ensure that Liberia is safe. Someone needs to tell Mr. Boyka that you was elected so that you can come and change the narrative that has been here from the day of Joseph Jenkins Rabo, so to speak. Because according to Mr. Boyka, he was coming to rescue. He was coming to make the necessary change. What you are seeing, is it the change? No, no, no. What you are seeing, does it resemble anything called change? No. But I want to ask you a little before we can call this a day. Is this just going to be a Morovia thing? Or there will be other people, maybe in other countries, that will be also presenting petition or whatever? Tell us about it. Is it just going to be, usually, so you're happy in Morovia, we'll go and brush, we'll come back, hey, you know,
So
I'm sorry, we'll go and brush and come back. Say, oh, everything is okay now, all right. So tell us about it.
So to show how serious minded and very consistent and very persistent Stan is, we are not just facing the hardship in Liberia. You know, when they say when the head is affected, the children also get affected. So when our people back home are affected, we in the diaspora are also affected. That is why we sin is not just dealing with Morovia, not just Masorado as a county. The hardship in Liberia is in a 15 subdivision of Liberia, 15 counties. You know, all 16 tribes are affected. You don't hardship in Liberia don't know Gizi for Kwele, don't know Loma from Mandingo, cannot tell the difference. So that is why sin as intended to reach to voices be heard in every subdivision and globally. That is why we're going to have members in the USA that will be taking to Washington, D.C. to present a petition to the central government, to our embassy and the central government in the United States of America to tell them what is unfolding in our country, and other countries like Brussels and in other countries, state, city, and stuff like that. Liberians will be out in representation of July 17 to make sure that we are not here just to plan for our people. This is an issue. This is a serious placard on our people, and our people are dying from hunger. Our people are dying from police brutality. Our people are dying from illegality. Our people are dying from the ability for the government not to hold the rule of law, and our people are dying in so many bases, in so many situations. And we have, and let me be clear, outside the brand brother issues, we have governments within the Boakai, government official within the Boakai government that is proceeding wrong. Won't let the current IG of our country, the farm boy IG Gregor Kumo, who has threatened the lives of Liberians, have given his fellow police chiefs or police officers to shoot Liberian on sight. He was noted couple of days ago on a radio station giving such instruction that is very violent, that calls for chaos in our country, that have the propensity to unstabilize our economy. So we are calling on Baka to immediately fire Gregory Como. He has no leadership skills in him. His son being as IG of our country have not changed nothing, has even damaged the police beyond. That policemen are fighting for chicken feed, and they are killing each other because of ordinary chicken feed issue. And we call on the government also to fire the MCC boss. Couple of days ago, our MCC staff will fall at the MCC and die, and they are covering it up. He hired his daughter as a big person at the MCC that violates the laws of our country. All the tribalism in Onobaka government who has Sylvester Crispies then there. They are the money eater, they are the chief actors in the Baka led government. And we are calling the American government to do the needful. Sanction those individuals. And I just witnessed a video of the so-called vice president on the third display or yellow machine to blindfold the Liberian people that they can transform their life. Couple like a year ago, we saw the Baka picture on yellow machine that was displayed all a part of Morovia. Where is the machine at that time? Now the machine was shipped over there back to China, and the current vice president go again for the second display. Let us not be fooled that Baka has any ability to transform our people's life. That was a man who was once vice president for 12 years and told us he was parking the garage for 12 years.
I'm sorry. We are not living in ancient days. No, it's not ancient days we are in. We are living in a generation where
Very.
Liberians are now reading beyond the ordinary. We are going beyond newspaper. We are going beyond just so money, so o'clock news. Liberians are going beyond that. Look at what is happening in Liberia. The government has shown total disrespect for the rule of law. The police is now being used by the state as a gangster organization to go against people. The boys are trickle happy. They want fire at all costs. They are just misbehaving in our country. The government is stealing in a broad daylight, and nobody care. It's like nobody care about what is happening. When the other person finish stealing, Boakai tell you, my man, go sit down. He finish stealing your own, you say, yes, okay. Go sit down, go resign. No one is brought to justice from this government. Look at what happened at the El Triple RC. People came from Ghana, refugee. These guys were brave enough. Hey man, refugee money to my people. People that in Ghana, people already there, they going through hell, thinking that they coming to their country. At least then the money that is intended for them, given to them, you're brave enough to take that money and you eat that money. How wicked a government can be. And nobody was brought to book. Absolutely nobody. This is scary. But again, time is of essence and we cannot discuss everything today. But Alita, before I take a leave from you, let's hear your parting comment, Oma.
You know,
Hopefully
Prince,
we'll be here again this week.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is always a pleasure being on here. And I want to say thank you again for this wonderful platform. And we urge Liberians to keep sharing this platform. This is one of the places you can get authentic information. This is not a place where buying view is the order of day. This is where we give authentic information. And this is a very a good gentleman has been committed to this, and I want to say thank you. And to my Liberian people listening, I take this moment as your daughter to say, y'all please support this protest. Y'all please make your contribution, make your cash app. If you think you want to jump in my DM, my name is very visible. Get in my DM to say a leader. Teach me how to do this. I'm available to help. You can reach out to me offline on Facebook. I read my messages. I'm very active when it comes to that. I respond. And I want to say thank you for staying, for giving me this opportunity as a young Liberian to be part of such a wonderful movement that our people voices can be heard. Prince, thank you so much for having me on your platform. I hope to be some part of this week again so we
Sure.
can continue to discuss issue that has to into our country that keep our family and relative back home in our prayer. That's all we can do at this moment in time. People out there is very dangerous. But thank you for the platform and I eat for now.
Thank you so much, Alita. We really want to appreciate you and we are hoping to have you again this week, sometimes this week. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so fellow Liberians, there is something that I want to show you, right? And I think this is going to be maybe the last discussion before we can take our leave. And I want to say courtesy of the Variety News. You know, I am passionate when it comes to education. Uh, my first degree is in education, so I'm an edu I'm an educator. Okay, so my first degree is in education. The way I got my first degree in education. So when it comes to education, I am very passionate about it. There is something I want to show you. Oh, you will cry for our people. Let me show this to you. Let me show this to you.
Teach us.
So let's go ahead. This is from the Variety News Online. You see, folks at the Ministry of Education there, Jaso Jala. You know, I don't know how Jaso Jala go to bed. I don't know whether this woman called Jaso Jala, when she go to bed, whether she can sleep good. Whether even when she get food, she can eat it, I mean, with satisfaction. Because nobody would thought that this woman would be so evil to this extent. You preside over the Ministry of Education. You receive money. Instead of using the money for its intended purpose, you're taking the money and using it on yourself. You're increasing whatever benefit or whatever you're getting, and you're leaving the people, the poor people who's supposed to benefit. So let me play you one other video here. I want to say Variety Online, courtesy of them. Look at where our children are going to school. Some of the schools are not even functional again because government have deliberately decided to strangulate these children. But listening to this, don't believe me. Let's listen to this. Let's bring this to you so you can listen. Variety News, courtesy of Variety News. Listen to this.
Folks, my name is Azake Yumpan. We're on journalistic tour in Riverview County, mostly electoral district number 1. We are being seen in Tiempo Datoken, where the Tiempo Datoken public school shut down due to the lack of teachers.
Imagine.
So sadly, this academic year, according to Mr. Michael, who is the current principal of the institution, the school runs from nursery upward to grade 6, having 115 students. But
Yeah, there. From nursery to 6th grade, get 100 plus students. That government school here, that public school you're looking at, that government school here you're looking at, public school, government school, that area you're looking at, so that government school. In River G County, let me carry back. Government school in River G County. Want to tell you that these people, they are bunch of folks, bunch of criminals that have not come to help you, the Liberian people, but to steal from you. You say we're lying. Look here, government school. This is government school in River G.
So, folks, my name is Azake Yumpan. We're on journalistic tour in Riverview County, mostly electoral district number 1. We are being seen in Tiempo Datoken, where the Tiempo Datoken public school shut down due to the lack of teachers. So sadly, this
see that?
academic year,
Due to the lack of teachers, the school shut down. The school that taking care of almost 100 plus of our kids, the school shut down because no teachers. Look at this, the place that they call school. That government.
To Mr. Michael, who is the current principal of the institution. The school runs from nursery upward to grade 6, having 115 students. But after 10 period tests, according to the principal, the school closed and due to the lack of manpower.
If they tell you how many person teaching the 100 and some more students from grade 1, from ABC all the way to 6th grade, you'll not believe it. But listen to the video. Don't you believe what I say? Listen to the video.
School closed and due to the lack of manpower. There are only 2 teachers, 2 retired teachers that are operating the institution.
Yeah, 2 teachers operating this institution. But Joseph Newman Boakai is sitting down in Monrovia very comfortably. While you get whole school from ABC all the way to 6th grade with 100 plus students, you get 2 teachers teaching them, my people. Waiting our children are learning under this particular government. Waiting the learning. What are they learning? Now the people that say they can't rescue us. Let's go ahead.
So after the student decided to leave the class, everybody, 2 people cannot meet that they are the needs of the students. Can you imagine 150 students? They are out of school. So they are also calling on, as you can see, the facility. Kato are using this place.
Look at government school. You look at government. That government school, that public school, yo. You look. That public school. When you see public school, you see one public school, you get go under the rescue mission. You see there?
This place.
The public school, yo.
Sad thing is 115 students, they are sitting down home due to the lack of teachers. There's no teachers.
Yeah.
The two that are here, they are very old. We also attach a picture and other things to the video, so you will see
Oh
their
God.
life and other stuff. It's so saddening. Can you imagine? There are huge money activity that is ongoing here. People here with excavators. People here doing a lot of money, drag money and other stuff in this Datuken. And people getting the mineral. The question is what our country authority is saying towards the process as it's looking at the poor condition, getting our people, these are things leading most of the young people to the gold mine. So as
look at school.
Datuken public school is down.
A public school.
Students refusing to come on campus due to the lack of
This
teachers.
is the place. No, student is now refusing to come on campus. The government drove the students from there. When you say the students refusing, it almost means that the facility is there. Those things that are supposed to be in place, they are there, and the students say they will not come. The students are not refusing. Government have refused. That the government kick the students away. Can you imagine? Look at this kind of thing. Look at this kind of thing. Public school in Liberia.
Yeah, only two retirees, two pension teachers that are operating here in Temple Datuken. You can see the facility.
Two person teaching from ABC all the way to 6th grade in a place like public school here. That the public school. There you see the public school. Look at public school. That honor rescue government. Look at public school, government school. There.
We will speak to the Datuken Elementary School principal. Good morning, sir. Your name?
Good morning. I'm Michael Kedo.
Michael Kedo. Okay. How long have you been teaching for?
Oh, more than 20 years now.
More than 20 years. Are you being retired or what?
I'm retired since 2019 August.
2019. Yeah. But you still serving as principal for the school. How come?
Yeah, I've been in the interest of the Liberal government and our people in the community. So most of them have money with selected on the road. So it's really necessary to keep on the school until government can bring teachers in.
You see that?
The school run from which grade?
Boakai will not bring teachers in. But they men will use almost about $30-something thousand to pay 74 ghosts that we have never seen. But they ain't able to pay teachers to be at the school there. You see how wicked these people are? To the extent that even the volunteers teachers, they're not even able to pay them. I will show you another video of the people protesting, but let's listen to this.
From the North Plate to elementary.
To 6th grade level.
Yeah.
And how many teachers in the school?
Personally, we are two.
Two. You see that?
Two teachers.
One is school time, most of the teachers grab, the retired teachers and the other teachers are sick. So
when the school began, I will tell you small about this school. When this school began, the government of Liberia, under the WIA-led administration, had teachers there, and they were being paid. In fact, at a certain point in time, the superintendent, maybe tomorrow, I will have the time to explain more about this. The superintendent at the time was also helping to provide lodging for some of the teachers because some of them came from other, and they were also contributing, even though they were being paid by government, but the superintendent and other lawmakers, they always made it their duty to at least give them some stuff, at least contribute and give them things. Under the regime of President Weah, they were not let that. They at least they put cement on it. But rescue took over now, the school closed down. In fact, the teachers that were there, they could not pay the teachers, so the teachers left. The teachers left. So if they can't even pay the teacher that the billing they will want to maintain, poor, I beg you, let go ahead.
Those are in it. High grade, like 50 cent grade, for the gold and road. So, but then for hospital,
Oh, wow.
on error, Jabu will help us.
Okay, so I think I have
But
to stop here.
no for now.
Yeah, I got to stop here, fellow Liberians. First time I've caught up with me, my alarm. I didn't even know that time gone. But anyways, this is the situation that our people are faced with. This is what our people are faced with. All we can do is to continue to inform you. That's all we can do. All we can do is to continue to tell our people of what is happening in Liberia. But time have caught up with us and we got to go. So until we meet again, hopefully tomorrow, have yourself a God bless day and bow from my end. Thank you. I want to say thanks to all of my family. Isata and Miller, how are you? You are welcome. Thank you so much. Josephine Campbell, we appreciate you. Hawatote, thank you so very kindly. We appreciate your presence here. Emmanuel Broad, thank you for from the WhatsApp, from the YouTube. We want to say you're highly welcome. Wellington Dan, you are welcome. All of you, Henry S. Tengbe, you are welcome. Rufus, it's good that you just using letter. You ain't going beyond that. Uh, Kiata, you are highly welcome. H. Justin, you are welcome. Sylvester, thank you. Tracy, how are you, Mama? You are highly welcome. Thank you for everything you do. You are such a wonderful person. We appreciate your work. Jasper Jaffa, you are highly welcome. All of you. So until we meet again, my people, time are caught up with us. Wow, I gotta go on the hustle.